Hey everyone, today we're looking at the story of the Ethiopian eunuch in Acts 8. An Ethiopian eunuch was on his way from Jerusalem where he had come to worship. He was the official responsible for the entire treasury of the Kandake, the Ethiopian queen. He was reading the prophet Isaiah while sitting in his carriage, and the Spirit told Philip, "Approach the carriage and stay with it." Starting with that passage, Philip proclaimed the good news about Jesus to him. As they went down the road, they came to some water. The eunuch said, "Look, water! What would keep me from being baptized?" And he ordered that the carriage halt. Both Philip and the eunuch went down to the water, where Philip baptized him. So this Ethiopian eunuch's question about baptism, it's not rhetorical. Right? When he asks, "What's keeping me?" There might be something that he expects. Right? Well, what's keeping you? Well, you're a eunuch. Don't you know Deuteronomy 23 verse 1 that says people like you are excluded from God's assembly? You know, you're not a real man. You're something in between, and so you don't belong. I'm sorry, I could baptize you, but it wouldn't do any good. I expect he had heard things like this before when he had tried to be included. When he went to worship in Jerusalem, he wasn't able to worship like everybody else. And he's in this specific place in Isaiah. We didn't read it, but it's a passage that ends up being about Jesus from around chapter 56. And the reason that he's probably there is because there's a place in that section of Isaiah where it talks about someday eunuchs would be included in God's people. And foreigners like Ethiopians would also be able to be included fully. And so the Spirit makes it clear that that promise has come true, that now is that time that someone like him can be fully included. It's like Paul says in Galatians, in Christ there is no male and female. And that's good news to a person who had been told all his life that he wasn't fully either one. Through Christ, everyone has access. And so our external differences, they don't just disappear, but they don't prevent anyone from being a part of God's people anymore. Let's not miss how revolutionary this idea was then and how revolutionary it still can be today. Can we continue to let the Spirit break down our walls and divisions? The Spirit clearly doesn't keep anyone out. So what about us?